Hi, this is Jody back, and today I'm going to share how I set a quilt top together. I've had students waiting forever for this. I teach it all the time and they love it, but they really want a video to refresh their memory. So today what I'm going to do is just walk you through how I put a quilt top together, and I thought everybody did this way, and it wasn't until years later that I discovered, watching my mom put a quilt together, that I learned a totally different way. So hopefully this will help you too. When you get your blocks finished, you want to make sure if they're stack and slash blocks like these, that you square up your blocks. So you're going to take all your blocks, you're going to make a stack of them, you're going to square them up by setting a ruler in the middle and just sliver trimming on all four sides. So that's what this is an example of. So when you're done, you have all of your squares ready to go. Then you're going to lay out your blocks, and if it's a normal quilt, you're probably not going to square it up because you're going to have to make it perfect. That's the beauty of stack and slash, is it doesn't have to start out perfect. So you're going to lay all your blocks out to get your design where you want them, and you'll notice that there's columns. We have column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then there'll be a variety of rows. This particular pattern has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, so it's 6 by 6. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay all your blocks out, and you're going to take this top row, or column, the top row, and you're just going to set them all over to the left. So it's right over left, right over left, right over left, right over left. So it's ready to go into the sewing machine. And you're going to do that with the next row. You're going to put these over, this one over, this one over, this one over, all of them over, and then the last two columns. So this one will go on top of here, this one will go on top of here, all the way down. So you're going to have 3 sets of columns that you need to sew together. Then you're going to put a tail or a leader ender in your sewing machine. You're going to take each one of these. Oh, and I don't have a way to show you that. I usually stagger them, so I'll put one on a ruler, the back side of the ruler with the Invisi-Grip so they don't slide all over. I put this one pair, the 2 of them, on top. I slide it down. Sorry, I'm borrowing a friend's gadget to be able to help me do this, and it just likes to wiggle if I move. So this one goes on top, this one will go on top of that, and you're just going to stagger them like every half of a block or so all the way up. Then you're going to take your ruler, slide it underneath, and you'll carry all of this with your hand and your arm on top to the sewing machine so that you don't have to worry about dumping them all over the floor or the breeze coming away and whipping them down. Then you're going to start at the top. And you don't even have to pin any of this. If you have great big long blocks, I do pin the bottom usually. Looks like that one is only 2 sides are trimmed so far. So you're going to stitch it down. You're going to attach the next one. Leave a couple stitches between. You are going to sew this down, this down, this down, this down, all the way down to the end. And you'll leave them attached. You will see that these are already attached. Then you're going to put another tail in, just like this. And I leave those attached at the top of every column, row, sets of columns, because that shows me the top of the quilt. So I don't have to wonder about which is top, which is bottom. Did I reverse it? Did I turn it around? When you have all of them stitched together in the first column, you're going to bring them back to your bed or your design wall. You're going to open them up. And by the way, a great design wall is a flannel back tablecloth. I actually keep this ready to go when I go teach. And then I just grab it and go. And you're going to open these back up. And I'll show you. There's a pin I need in there. I got to do that, redo that. So these get opened up just like this all the way down. Okay. Then you're going to do the same thing to the next column, the next 2 columns. You are going to, this is hard to do, and my hands are dry. It's winter here, very winter, except today feels like spring. It's amazing. Then you're going to do the next 2 columns. You're going to sew them together, and then you're going to sew the last 2 columns together. So you're going to have 3 sets. You'll have a pair and a pair and a pair. When you get that done, you lay them all back out where they belong, and then you start putting them into 4s, into quads. So in this case, for this demo, I left these 2, the first 2 columns alone, and I'm showing you with the second 2 columns. And what you're going to do is you're just going to drag these over. So I grab a couple, and I drag them over, just like that. And I'll bring the next 2 because they'll be all attached. So they'll be kind of a mess. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, this is not easy to do. Okay, so you're going to now, this is really important to pin these. So once you have these lined up and they're even, you've got all your rows together. Okay, they're still attached here in the middles, so you don't get them confused, don't get lost. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pin. This is the only time I pin. Upper right hand corner, and I pin from the inside out because I have my little pad. If you watch my other videos, you'll see that. I have my pad, so I put a video or a pin in on each one. And then this is the fun part. This is what everybody's been waiting for. You're going to go in and you're going to lift it up. Let me see if I get this. There we go. So you're going to go all the way down so you get it all, and you're going to accordion pleat these. Just like this. Okay. And then when you get to the top, you're going to flip it, or just flip it over so you're starting at the top. And because these are all attached, when you sew them through the sewing machine, you're going to start at the top, you're going to sew it down, and when you bring it up to the machine, you'll notice the next one is coming. Is that not cool? It is so awesome. So when you pull up the next one and you stitch it through, the next one will automatically feed. Let's say you had an odd number and you get up to the top and this one's upside down. All you do is take it and flip it back halfway. And then you'll know that, oh, this is my first one. This is at the top. So you're going to stitch. So just keep that in mind. You're going to stitch, 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 all of them. Now, if you get it twisted around, that's why you have pins in it. I twisted mine around earlier. You just reset it. But this way, when you're done, they'll be like this, the whole entire row. And you'll be able to open it up just like this, set it back in place, which you're going to do. Okay. So let's say you have 8 rows, which is pretty common. You'll have a set of 4 over here and a set of 4 over here. So you would do it with the first 2 columns, the first, second, third, and fourth. You're going to sew those together, and then 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. You will sew those together. When you get done with that, you open all of them up, just like this, and you drag them over. So you'll pick up your rows in pairs, and you will bring them all the way over to here. You'll reset them, pin them in the upper right-hand corners, okay, and then you're going to accordion pleat them again, which means you're going to lift them up, you're going to come up, you're going to flip, you're going to do it again with all 4s, 4s and 4s, so you'll have 8 across, and you're going to keep doing that all the way to the top. And then when you get to the top, you're going to flip the whole stack over, and it'll be ready to go in the sewing machine. Again, you'll sew the top, the next row, the next row, the next row, the next row, all the way down through the quilt. The beauty of this is that when you're done, your whole quilt is not going to be messed up. You're not going to lose your place. Your rows will be in order. And then all you have to do is press and sew your rows together. It is so awesome. It's amazing. So when you get done with that, I will post another video on how to press these easier the next time I have a quilt that I'm actually putting together. I don't think I have one at that stage right now. So hopefully this will help you. Again, check out my patterns at jodysgemsquilting.com and check them out. They're a lot of fun. My classes are great. I also do trunk shows and workshops for guilds and shops. So just get a hold of me. I'd love to come see you. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.